What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Durkee Chan. We did it, fam. We hit 500 plus subscribers. Fragrance family, we are 500 strong. That means a lot to me. Thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in and for subscribing. It really helps me out, helps me grow this channel, helps me purchase more fragrances, guys. Let's get that next goal, let's hit that 1K so I can start buying those niche fragrances, guys. Right now I'm just churning through the designer fragrances. I got most of the designer fragrances that I want, but my next goal is to start hitting that niche, you know what I'm saying? Getting that Elysium, getting that Creed Aventus, getting those Tom Fords. List goes on, but you know what? Thank you, Fragrance family, for 500. We made it, we're growing, and I couldn't have asked for a better fan base. You guys rock. Alright, before we get to those crazy videos, let's wrap up this one real quick, okay? So today we're doing a comparison of Dolce Gabbana the 1 EDP versus Ysl Y Edp. These two fragrances are fantastic EDPs, legends in the community, so I thought, hey, let's square them off. I know when I was buying fragrances, these two came up a lot in those top 10 lists, those top 10 must-have lists, and I know if you're watching this video, you're probably thinking about which one you should get to add to your collection. So let's get right into it, guys. First things first, let's talk about performance, alright? This guy right here, Ysl Y Edp, is the undisputed king of designer fragrance performance, guys. 8 to 10 hours of fantastic longevity, and in those 8 to 10 hours, this fragrance does not stop. You get full strength for those full 8 to 10 hours, guys. When you spray on a fragrance, it might last. You might feel the effects of it. You might feel the pulsating smells of it for the first 2 to 3 hours, and then it fades away to a skin scent. Not with Ysl Y Edp. This is a fragrance that goes 8 to 10 hours strong, projecting 2 to 3 feet away from your body, and it's so noticeable, guys. One of the most noticeable fragrances. That sage note in it combined with the sweetness of the ambroxan, hands down, very, very unique, very noticeable. One of the best performing blue fragrances out there, guys. Now we'll move over to Dolce Gabbana the 1 EDP. Performance is not its strong suit. Then again, it is a date night fragrance, so you're going to be mostly wearing this fragrance going out on a date. And when you're on a date, you want something very close encounter, and Dolce & Gabbana the 1 does that for you, guys. It gives you 1 to 2 hours of full projection, and then it pulls close to your skin for the rest of the 6 to 8 hours of longevity. So you will still get 1 to 2 hours of projection. So let's say you spray it on, you go to the date, it's going to be pulsating, your date's going to smell it, and the fun thing is that it's going to push out to grab your date's attention, but then it's going to retreat back to your skin about a 1 feet scent bubble, and what that does is it lures your date into you. You get the picture? So first you catch her attention with your scent, so the first 1 to 2 hours this thing's pushing out, so that captures her attention, and then as the date goes on, Dolce & Gabbana the 1 EDP comes closer to your skin. And what that does to your date is, in your date's head, he or she is probably thinking, man, this person smelled so good when he first walked in, but now I can't smell it anymore, and I want to smell it more. Maybe if I lean in closer, I might get a whiff of that again. So your date's thinking about that, and she's going to come closer to you just to get a whiff of this fragrance just because it smells so good, and it's going to work. When she comes close, when she comes very, very intimately close to you, she will smell it, and it's definitely not a feign reaction, guys. She will love it. This one, to me, is one of the best date night fragrances. If you're looking for a date night fragrance and you pick it between these two, go with Dolce & Gabbana the 1 EDP. It is a fantastic date night fragrance. It won't choke them out. It's smooth, seductive, and very, very intimate as well, guys. So based off performance, Ysl Y Edp wins. So if you're very, very particular about your performance of a fragrance, you want one spray to last you all day, Ysl Y Edp works. If you want one spray to last 2 to 3 days on your clothes, Ysl Y Edp will trump Dolce & Gabbana the One EDP. So that's the honest truth, guys. I don't get paid to push these fragrances. I push them because I think they're great, and I think that they actually do deserve the attention that they do get on YouTube. Alright, so Dolce & Gabbana the One EDP, the date king, one of the date kings, sexy seductive. Only downside is that it has not so good performance for a all day type of fragrance or a clubbing type of fragrance. Whereas Ysl Y Edp, man, this guy can go days. Alright, it's pretty much the Energizer Bunny. It could go days and it will still smell good. You could walk by people a day later after spraying this and they will still get a whiff of it. It's just that strong. I don't know how YSL did it, but they freaking did it. So props to them for that. Alright, guys, now let's talk about price. Alright, Dolce & Gabbana the One here, $60 for 150 ml on the gray market sites, guys. Fragrance X, Fragrance Net, go check them out. They're great. Ysl Y Edp costed me about $72. I got this at a one of those holiday discounts at your department stores. So I picked this one up as a 2 fluid ounce 50 ml, I think, for about $72. And you could argue that for the price to spray ratio, they're the same. If you want Dolce & Gabbana the One EDP to last as long as Ysl Y Edp, you're gonna have to reapply it throughout, let's say, 8 hours. So let's say you're gonna have to apply about 3 extra sprays. Whereas Ysl Y Edp, one spray is good to go for those 8 to 10 hours. So if you factor that in, they're quite equal, right? 3 sprays of this equals 1 spray of this, but this costs $60, whereas this costs $72. This is more cost effective. If you think about it in terms of that. But in my experience, 5 sprays of Dolce & Gabbana the One EDP will give you the performance of something like 2 to 3 sprays of Ysl Y Edp. So with that in mind, I guess if we're going by price per volume, Dolce & Gabbana the One EDP wins hands down. This is one of the best priced fragrances for the quality that you get. A fantastic date night fragrance for $60. Sign me up, guys. Sign me up. Whereas Ysl Y Edp, you can still wear it to a date, but it's not as intimate and seductive as Dolce & Gabbana the One EDP, if you're thinking about these two. Now, since we're talking about events, Dolce & Gabbana the One EDP is mostly a nighttime fragrance. It's a fragrance that I would wear on a date or to a drinking event with my friends, but I wouldn't really want to wear it to the club or to a concert. That's where Ysl Y Edp steps in, just because of that performance factor of it. It has the longevity to last you a full 4 to 5 hour concert, a full 8 hour night at the club, So if you're thinking about late night, you want a fragrance that stays with you all night, projects, everybody smells it in a sea of smells, Ysl Y Edp, unbeatable, guys, unbeatable. Whereas Dolce & Gabbana the One EDP, I mainly wear it for date nights. Other than that, besides testing it for a review, I reserve this strictly for date nights at this point. Whereas Ysl Y Edp, I find myself spraying this in the winter, in the spring, in the fall, in the summer, just here and there. It's such a sweet, seductive, fun fragrance that it just wakes you up when you put it on and puts you in this partying mode. So Dolce & Gabbana the One EDP, fall, winter, spring. When it's cooler, I like to rock it, but in the summer, I try not to wear it as much. It can be a bit too much because of the sweetness. So in terms of events, casual, Ysl Y Edp, you can wear it to a bit of a formal occasion, but semi-formal at most, because This one, it can be a bit too playful to wear to a wedding, so watch out for that. Now guys, let's talk about age range, guys. Both of these fragrances are very, very generous in the age category. You can wear them as a teen. Ysl Y Edp, a fantastic fragrance for teens, just because it's so fun and playful, because of that sage note, because of that gummy bear note. So if you're a younger guy and you're looking for a fragrance, you could try Versace Dylan Blue, you could try Ysl Y Edp, you could try Eros, you could try Sauvage. You can't go wrong with those. Whereas Dolce Gabbana the 1 EDP, yes, you could try it out if you're a younger lad, but I would recommend definitely college and up, because it just has this hint of masculineness to it because of that tobacco note in Dolce Gabbana the 1 EDP that makes it very suitable for that up and coming guy. So that's my take on it. Now guys, we talked about performance, we talked about price, we talked about the events, we talked about the age. Now most importantly, let's talk about the scent breakdown and the compliments that these two fragrances garners. Now in terms of the breakdown, these two fragrances are very similar. To put it in very, very simple terms, they're a sweet fragrance that has a hint of freshness in the opening. Dolce & Gabbana has that grapefruit, whereas I think Ysl Y Edp has some citrus in the opening, but then gradually they come down to this very sweet scent with a very, very noticeable note in it. So for Dolce & Gabbana the 1 EDP, it's a very, very sweet tobacco based fragrance, guys. The tobacco in here, very smooth, very crisp. Again, one of the best fragrances in my collection. Whereas Ysl Y Edp, it's a sweet sage note. It's a bit of a medicinal note. It took me some time to get used to how the sage smells, but again, it smells very modern, very crisp, like a modern refined man. Again, go easy on the trigger with Ysl Y Edp. It can be a bit cloying if you spray too much on, okay? Now let's talk about complimentos, guys. We gotta get some complimento ratings in here. Now these are from my personal experience, guys. When I spray both of these fragrances on, I definitely get a boost of confidence. It's just the way that these smell. They put you in this almost James Bond kind of vibe, this badass kind of vibe, especially for Dolce & Gabbana the 1 EDP. When you're wearing this on a date, you just feel like you're a boss. You feel very seductive, very suave. You could charm your date. You feel like a boss. So when you're acting right and your cologne is popping off, ladies are gonna love it. Alright, I've worn this on first dates, I've worn this on second dates, I've worn this on dates with my current girlfriend right now, and this one, if you've seen my previous videos, is my go-to casual date night fragrance, guys. I spray this on when it's just like a Wednesday night and I'm going off with my girlfriend, grabbing some pasta dinner. This is it. It puts us in the nightlife mood, and it gets us very, very, how we say, linked up at the end of the night. Whereas Ysl Y Edp, this one's that casual, hanging out with the boys kind of fragrance. Also, when you're just going to get some stuff at the bodega, you put this on. It works for that too. So again, if you're just walking around shopping with your girl, hanging out with the boys, and you just want to smell good, maybe you and your couple lads want to get some numbers, this one will do it. This one will projects, turns heads. So if you're looking for something like that, Ysl Y Edp, that's pretty much it, guys. Overall, which is the better fragrance? This is very, very tough for me to say. These two are iconic in their own realms, alright? So I can't really say which one is better. You just can't. It's like comparing which is better, an apple or an orange. Both of them are fantastic, iconic fruits. It just really depends on your mood, If you want something more geared towards the date night, Dolce Gabbana, the 1 EDP. But if you want something more year-round kind of thing, where you can wear in the daytime, nighttime, fall, winter, spring, again year-round, Ysl Y Edp, a fantastic blue fragrance. Alright, so in your collection, if you want something date night, the 1 EDP, you cannot go wrong with this. If you want something in your collection that's just super versatile, if you like sage, the sage note here is very, very noticeable, very medicinal, but it also has a sweet gummy bear vibe, and you're a fun, playful kind of guy, Ysl Y Edp. That's all I really have, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you have any one of these, man. I feel like if you're into fragrances, you're bound to have one of these. Let me know which one you like the most, guys. Stay tuned, man. Once we hit that 1K, I'm so excited, man. Once we hit 1K, I'm going to start going into niches. But until then, you know, let's focus on the now. Right now, I still want to, you know, churn through some designers. I got some Mont Blancs I'm looking at. I got to pick me up Versace Dylan Boo. I can't believe I haven't gotten Dylan Boo yet. I'm kicking myself right now. You know, just picking up those top sellers, you know. So Mont Blanc Explorer, Mont Blanc Legend. So that's pretty much it, guys. Stay tuned for more fragrance videos. Thank you. Ciao.